Hello all, welcome to my channel. In case you are watching for the first time, this is a channel on engineering studies focusing more on electrical and electronics engineering. Please check the description box link for more videos. Also please like, share and subscribe. Do click on the bell icon to get notified as I upload new videos on every week. I also have another channel related to competitive examination and school level science classes. Please support it by sharing with your friends. You can find out the link in the description box. Let us move on to the particular session. Welcome to the playlist of training on competitive examination. In this video, I'll be mainly focusing on the important questions on power electronics. So let us move on to the discussion. Actually, I have enlisted 5 major questions. I request you to go through the 5 questions first and kindly solve the answer and try to put up the answer in a separate page. Whenever I am going to discuss, you can able to verify those answers and you can perform the self-evaluation. Let us scroll down those 5 questions. All questions are related to power electronics. So let us have a interactive session. There are 5 questions I already told you. So I have scrolled down 5 questions. And if you want, you can pause the video and try to answer those 5 questions. And let me solve the 5 questions immediately, because in competitive examination normally you cannot able to take more time. So time is one of the constraint factor. So based on that fact, let us solve the question very quickly. The first question is related to power transistor. Let's read the question fastly. See, the transistor used in the circuit shown below as the gain beta of 30 and ICBO is negligible. Small. So you cannot able to consider ICBO 0. ICBO will be 0 if the forward voltage drop of the diode is 0.7 volt. Let us consider it's a silicon diode. Then the current through the collector will be. So consider a power transistor. I need to compute the current through the collector. IC I have to calculate. So IC I don't know. I have to calculate. What are the parameters they have given? They have given as VCE saturated voltage. So VCE they have provided. Okay, VCE is how much? That is equal to 0.2 volt. But I need to calculate only the current through the collector. Okay, IC I have to calculate. So VBE how much? 0.7 volt. And the ground voltage, that is equal to minus 12 volt. Okay, now I need to calculate the IC. So you can use the general equation of current. Current is equal to the voltage drop divided by the total resistance in that particular path. You consider only this particular path. I have already marked. So here we have to consider the voltage drop. That means, so you can able to note down IC is equal to the voltage drop across that particular path. 12 minus VCE. Okay, VCE is saturated voltage, whole divided by what is the collector resistance RC. Let me call it as RC. Please substitute those values. So let me write it over here. IC is equal to 12 minus VC is saturated, that is equal to 0.2 upon what is the value of collector resistance RC? 2.2K. That means 2.2 into, if you want, you can able to multiply in you have to convert into SI unit. It's not mandatory. 2.2 into 10 to the power 3 ohm. So try to solve this and you should get the fourth answer D. Fourth answer D is the right answer. Okay, that means 5.36 milliampere is the current which is flowing through this particular path. Very simple. You cannot able to consider ICBO. Okay, then equation will be changed. So directly you put ICBO is equal to 0. The current is equal to 5.36 milliampere. So this kind of questions can be expected in a different type of competitive examination, especially in the field of power electronics. So I will upload the similar kind of numerical example in the coming session. Please stay tuned. Let me discuss the question number 2. So please read out. The typical ratio of the latching current to the holding current is in a 20 ampere thyristor. So a thyristor which is having the rating of 20 ampere. You know the thyristor which is having 3 terminal, anode, cathode and gate. So it is a, we can able to say that it's a semi-controlled device. So latching current is the current which is related to the thyristor or SCR. The current at which the thyristor is completely on, that is called a latching current. Okay, latching current will be always greater than holding current. In case of holding current, the current below which the thyristor, the anode current below which the thyristor turned off is known as holding current. So here they are asked to compute the ratio of latching current to the holding current for 20 ampere thyristor. So it will be approximately, if you compute, you will come to know, it will be approximately 2 amps. So no need to mention the unit because both the current and ampere and ampere will be getting cancelled. So the remaining term will be 2. I need to select the value is equal to how much? 2. Okay, it will be approximately 2. Please go ahead with the option B. Okay, so this is very important question. So you can, if you have done the experiment on calculation of latching current and holding current in a thyristor, please evaluate. Then you will get the ratio approximately equal to 2. So latching current will always greater than holding current. So let us discuss a problem related to semi-converter, or you can call it as a half-controlled single-phase bridge rectifier is supplying an RL load. Okay, a motor load, say motor load. It is operated at a firing angle alpha. Remember, firing angle is equal to alpha, and the load current is continuous conduction mode. Always remember that you are operating with the continuous conduction mode. Here, inductor value never reaches to 0. The fraction of cycle that freewheeling diode conduct is, okay, the conduction angle you are supposed to calculate. That means the conduction angle. If you refer the portion of that particular semi-converter, you will come to know that you refer the topic, what is a semi-converter and modes of operation. If you refer in the continuous conduction mode operation, here the fraction of cycle that freewheeling diode conduct is alpha divided by pi. So this is actually the right answer for this particular question. Please do refer the semi-converter. So I already started the lecture series on power electronics and I will be uploading all the videos. Still it is pending. So let me keep updating. Now I will be discussing about question number 4. So please go through the question number 4. So better I will be discussing question number 5 first. Later I will come back to question number 4. That's the convenient thing which I wanted to tell you. Question number 5. In a 3-phase inverter circuit shown, the load is balanced and the gating scheme is 180-degree conduction mode. There are different conduction mode like 120-degree conduction mode, 180-degree conduction mode. Please do refer that portion. All the switching devices are ideal. Okay. The RMS value of load phase voltage is which among the right answer? There are 4 options which could be the correct answer. So remember, we are having a DC supply, but you are having a load which is operating in AC. Consider a 3-phase inverter. The mode of operation which they have referred is 180-degree continuous conduction mode. Okay. So please do refer the portion 180-degree modes of operation and try to familiar the waveforms. Remember that here, look at the diagram. Here it is a star connected network. Correct? No, it's a star connected network. So the question is RMS value of load phase voltage. What is RMS value of load phase voltage? Okay. So please remember all the points in your mind before solving the numerical example. So let me solve this. So first of all, what you are supposed to do is you need to calculate the line voltage. Okay, line voltage need to be computed. Let me write it as VL. So the line voltage can be written as square root of 2 by 3 VD, where VD is the input voltage. What is the input voltage? Input voltage will be how much? It will be you have to find it's already given. Okay, it's already given. Input voltage is equal to 300. Okay, just already written. It is 300 volt input voltage. Okay, input voltage is 300 volt. Remember this point. I think they haven't given the VD. Okay, actually it must be the 300 volt. So you have to calculate the phase voltage. So line voltage is already given. So in star connection, you know, so in continuation, the line voltage is equal to √3 phase voltage. Okay. What I have to calculate? Let me continue. So I would like to calculate phase voltage. So from this relation, I can write phase voltage is equal to VL by √3. What is VL exactly? VL is equal to √2 by 3 into VD. So what I will be doing is, so let me write like this, √3 into VL. or else 1 by root 3 into, instead of VL, I'll be writing square root of 2 by 3. Okay, into VD. Don't forget to write VD. Here 1 by root 3, root 2 by root 3. I'm going to split into root 2 divided by root 3. So what is root 3 into root 3? Root 3 into root 3 is nothing but 3 only. 3 itself. Sorry. So I'm going to modify root 2 divided by 3 into VD. Clear? That means root 2 by 3 into what is VD? VD is nothing but 300 volt. Okay. So please do solve this. Root 2 by 3 into 300. If you solve, I'll be able to get the answer as how much? Please solve this. Verify once. This is your correct answer. Option B is the right answer. I hope it is clear to you. Okay. If you solve this question, then let us move back to question number 4. That's also quite simple. You should know the value of the RMS value of phase voltage that is required. Then you can able to solve the previous question very simple manner, in a very simple way. Okay, let me take you question number 4. That's why I told you that I'll be solving question number 5 first. That's the reason. So question number 4. A 3-phase inverter circuit shown below. The load is balanced. Okay. And the gating scheme will be 180-degree continuous conduction mode. All the switching devices are ideal. Then VD they have given as 300. Okay. They already given in the question 300 volt. You can note down this 300 volt. Okay. The power consumed by a three-phase load. Okay. What is the power consumed by the 3-phase load? So you can use the general equation. So what you can use? So let me write the formula. Just follow up the formula. That is power is equal to P is equal to 3 into V phase square divided by R phase. That PH will be subscript, okay, phase. So let me elaborate this. 3 into, what do you mean by VPH? VPH will be already we computed. How much? 141.2. 141.2. The whole square. Absolutely right. Please verify. Divided by what is R phase? R phase will be 20 only. 20 itself. It's already provided in the diagram. Please do refer. So if you solve, you will be getting 3000 watts. What is 3000 watts? 3000 watts is nothing but 3 kilowatts. Okay, 3 kilowatt. K should be small letter, W should be capital letter. Okay, lower case and upper case you have to take care. Okay, so the right answer of this question is option D. Okay, option D is the correct answer. So please note down the important formula. Better make a separate diary or notebook so that you can able to recall whenever they have called for new examination. So likewise, I think you can proceed. I hope this video was useful. Please do let me know in the comment section. What are your favorite topics? What topics you like me to cover? Do you need any clarifications on any of my previous videos? Also, let me know any suggestions on improving this. Your support is my motivation, to be frank. Thank you for your continuous support till now. Keep supporting. And I have one more channel. So please do visit that particular channel and give me your valuable suggestion.